that it is the aggregate of all of our livings that create the opportunity to live together as one.
Yeah.
And Nigeria is, in all of the world, the next to perhaps another land of immigrants, where we speak not only all 500 of your languages, but every other language of the world. Nigeria may be, in one vessel, the great petri dish, the great tripod, the great trial and success platform for this kind of integration. But there is one challenge. We cannot succeed for us. When this team A and B come back to talk of tourism and to talk of traffic, they may speak with one voice, but they thought and acted as a team. 500 tribes of Nigeria must buy into the idea of Nigeria for Nigeria to rise. And if Nigeria rises, the world rises too. So, how do we do it? Answer: we understand that for there to be peace, everybody has to have a piece of hope, a piece of the action. Everybody has to have, there's a funny expression, you need to put your skin in the game. Trust me, Nigerian skin are already in the game. Now the question is, who will win? You need to have that piece. So here's what I hope. Of all the messages that you hear today, I hope the one that you hear most strongly is this: inclusion. This is not Noah's Ark, 2 by 2, Noah's family, nobody else admitted. This is all of us and all of you. And putting a semicolon between what it is that you've done and what you will do. Between those of you who have thought, I know my family, and those of you who actually buy into the idea that the family of woman and man is one family, is the most important thing that you can ever do. And you can do that in Nigeria today. And the tools that are in play here and the efforts that you make could mean whether or not that day when values and people and opportunity and hope and pieces of the action bring no kidding peace on earth is a day closer thanks to you. Now, one other thought. 2 books. For those of you in the back who are solving, let me walk back and visit with you, because when I'm talking, I'm always interested to know when someone is solving the problems of the world. So, what are you guys talking about? What was your last one?
So, he was saying to me that just listening to you, it'd be interesting to profile what Nigerians consume. Like every Nigerian, and have a digital profile of that. And I said if we were able to do that and understand the thinking behind why we do what we do, that would really be powerful for the nation.
So we didn't set this up, but now let me give you what is, I think, the golden rule. There are too many Nigerians who think that you can solve the problems of Nigeria by changing the leadership every 4 years.
Yep.
It is only by understanding what every Nigerian not only consumes, but every Nigerian makes, and every Nigerian wants to consume, and every Nigerian wants to make, and harnessing the power of the foundation, not once every 4 years, but many times in every 24 hours, that you can make the political change possible. I wasn't going to end here, but the question, how do you translate values and ideas into political policies and actions that will change not just the government of Lagos and the government of Nigeria, but the governments of the world? The answer is you got to know the base, and then you've got to move the base. Every politician, no matter how good or bad you might think they are, always ask themselves, not necessarily, can I win all the votes, but can I win enough so that when I'm declared the winner, people won't take to the streets and say, heck no. Really, that's the acid test. The acid test is the credibility. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but somebody has to vote for you. So that means that if you want to move all those political decisions that all the people who work in business think are often too dirty to have anything to do, move the foundation beneath their feet. And the way you move the foundation beneath their feet is two parts. Know what they want and help them be able to do more than they could do without you. That's what this is about. Two ideas for those in the room. The symbol of injecting true care and true principle for others from the United States in Nigeria has been a man who's been here for more than 40 years with his wife, who people, I don't think, called wonderful, but she was truly wonderful, and her name was Wanda. That man's name was, and his, Dick Kramer. He's about to leave here this week, but he will be back. And I was telling this story to somebody who said, I worked at Arthur Anderson with Dick for 10 years. If you went in the room, raise your hand if you've ever heard of Dick Kramer. That says an awful lot.
Yeah.
Dick has just had a book written about and with him and his friends and by. It's called Making Change Happen. I urge everyone in this room, whether you're looking for a way to make a better life or whether you're just trying to help others make a better life, whatever, I urge you to look at that book. 80 of the most successful businesswomen and men in Nigeria and from around the world who've worked here write three things: what they've accomplished, what Dick meant to them, Dick and Wanda, and what they would do for Nigeria. So I urge you to read the book. And when you're done with the book, and some of you will only read the chapters on the people you know, I urge you to read about the people you don't know. And don't get wrapped up in saying, well, they're not as good as they say they are, or whatever. But the thing that you will find at the end of that is what you said just now, which is that when it comes to politics, politics was the black box that we didn't touch. What I have just said to you is the secret and the opportunity and the innovativeness that comes. This is why when Sam thinks about the way forward, he thinks about bringing the whole country together and moving it forward. Because the instruments that will create with civic values and a concern for all, the instruments that will create economic opportunity can be used for political unity and can be used for all those values that you treasure the most. And it can move the base. So number one, making change happen and your own future. Number two, how to organize your work. And Sam, we haven't talked much about this, but there is a book that came out by some guy who had an astrophysicist mother and an astrophysicist father, who got a physics degree, PhD, who started a biotech firm and is now a writer. And Sam, we ought to get him on the board. His name is, I think it's Safi Bahcall, B-A-H-C-A-L-L, and his book is called Loon Shots. Loon Shots is about mad ideas that everybody says, you're crazy as a loon, it'll never work. And then all of a sudden it does. Nigeria is a loon shot. And the secret of making a loon shot work is keeping the creatives separate from the guys that actually, and the gals that actually spend their day delivering what the creatives thought of yesterday in a way that makes money today and tomorrow. But it's bridging those. That's what this does. It takes those people that every day are thinking about what will people buy and how will they pay for it, and pushing the product out. That's the traffic solution. And then it comes up with innovative ideas to show the beauty of Nigeria and of Nigerians, the world of ideas, the world of tourism and intangibles. So guys, go forward, do good, save the world, and give everybody a piece of hope as well as a piece of the action because of this. Thank you.